Hey guys, it's Max, and today I'll be showing you some ways to create videos with Veo 2 via VideoFX from the Google Labs. So I have this prompt here that I copied and pasted into the prompt box, and I'm just going to submit it and wait for a few minutes, about 2 or 3 minutes, to see what videos it can create. So as you can see, that video was sped up, but normally it does take about 1 to 3 minutes to generate depending on how many people are using it. Um, so you can just click play on each video to see how it looks like, and when you like it, you can click download. So these are the videos that it generated from this first prompt. So after we've downloaded our video, we can go to Audio, which is hosted on Hugging Space, and we can choose the video. Let's say I like this one. We can type in a prompt if we want, and then let's click submit. So it only takes about 14 seconds to generate, so it is pretty quick, and Audio is, for me, one of the best video to audio generators out there that is completely for free. So if we click, we can see what the audio sounds like. Another tool that we can use is called Starlight from Topaz Labs. We can upload our video here. You get 3 renders for your account, but those 3 renders are free. However, rendering the video to be upscaled with higher quality does take 20 minutes, so it is quite long. So after about 20 minutes in processing in Starlight, we can see the 2 videos side by side. The one on the left is lower quality, and the one on the right is 4K. So you can see that it's a pretty big increase in resolution. Some of the details I think were lost, but upscaling in Project Starlight via Topaz Labs is a great way to increase the resolution of your videos if your project requires that. Within VideoFX, we also have an option to generate text to image to video. So we can click that here, and this differs from text to video because it first generates an image using Imagen, or is it Imagine 3 by Google. So this is the prompt I have. I also added some details, including the text, and I added that under quotations. So after I have my prompt for the scene, which will generate first the image, I can click create shot, and this will create the first image in the process. So after we have our scene and our image generated, we can click over to step 2, which is motion. I've inputted my motion prompt, which changes the prompt slightly to make it more suitable for a video. After this, I can click create video, and it will create 4 videos, just like text to video, like you saw before. So as you can see here, we have 4 different videos that Veo2 generated. We can click through them. It's the same process as with text to video. And we can also click these 3 dots to download or delete the video. So how do we create a good prompt in Veo2 in VideoFX? Well, what we're going to want to do is use short sentences. So notice I said a screen recording of a Zoom meeting, period. There is an old lady and a young man on the Zoom meeting, period. Each person is arranged in a grid, period. So these frequent stops in the sentences make it so that Veo2 can easily understand what you're trying to say in comparison to using a lot of commas, which would then be a little bit more confusing. Also notice that I used features and descriptors like each person is arranged in a grid. So my first iteration of this prompt, I didn't have this sentence in the prompt, so Veo2 generated something more cinematic, where first the old lady would appear and then talk a little bit, and then the young man would pop up on the screen and then talk a little bit, but it didn't look like a Zoom meeting. So I thought to myself, what does a Zoom meeting look like? And I typed this sentence in. I also included some physical descriptors of what a Zoom meeting may look like, such as there's an exit button and a Zoom logo in the top right. This may help Veo2 a little bit more when generating, so that it pulls from its data set more Zoom meeting videos in comparison to videos that are just webcam recordings of random people. So this was one of my best recordings, one of my best generations, and the main thing to note is to look at what isn't working in the first prompt and then fix that, because adding more detail will really help. Another thing that you definitely shouldn't do is use AI when you're making your prompts, because AI, specifically ChatGPT and Grok and DeepSeek, these models will often elaborate too much and it just won't turn out well, because Veo can often get confused when you use long prompts. So I found this picture of Stromae during the Met Gala, and I wanted to see if Veo2 could recreate it, at least partially some of it, because it doesn't have consistent characters yet. So what I'm going to do first is copy the image and paste it into an LLM that can take images, for example, Grok or ChatGPT. So once I'm in Grok, I can upload the image and type describe this outfit in detail, and it should take a few seconds to generate. Now what we notice is that this is way too long of a prompt, so I'm going to say only one paragraph and make it short. So just refining it a little bit, and okay, that's pretty good. So I'm just going to copy this and maybe change it a little bit in VideoFX. Okay, so we are back in VideoFX, and you notice the last generation I did. Okay, let's start changing this prompt. So what I noticed first is that the individual is not, it doesn't give a lot of, Veo doesn't have context to know what the individual means. So we're just gonna write a man, and then we're gonna have to change wears to man is wearing a tailored navy with modern. Okay, I'm just reading over this. Paired with matching plaid trousers, a crisp white dress shirt. So overall, this is pretty good. We don't have to include likely because it doesn't really make any sense. It's kind of redundant, so we can just say with sleek black leather dress shoes featuring gold horsebit details, and then comma Gucci loafers. A ring on the right hand adds a subtle, elegant touch. Okay, that's good. Creating a bold, fashion-forward look. Blending classic menswear with avant-garde flair, ideal for a high-profile event. And we don't really need the Met Gala, even though that is what he was wearing it for. So we have this, but now what is he doing? Where is he? And we can just add that at the end. So I'm just going to write, the man is standing in a park and eating a sandwich, and then generate. And as you see, we have generated some videos that may potentially look really good when they're pieced together in a final video. So how can you use Veo 2 right now? Well, you can go onto FreePic or Poe and use their version of Veo 2, which is through Google's API. These videos that you will create are a little bit shorter at about 5 seconds, and some people credit them as not being as good as when you use Veo 2 through VideoFX, but that is still an option. You can also go onto YouTube and upload a short. This is another workaround way to access Veo 2, though it only generates videos in the aspect ratio 9:16. Finally, the way I'm using it, you can use it through VideoFX. You do have to sign up for the waitlist for this version, and I'll give you a link in the description to sign up. It's a Google form. But the way I recommend the most is joining the Google Labs Discord server, which is how I got in. There are special opportunities there for people to get access to this tool for free without having to pay anything.